You are listening to the Modern Polyamory podcast, a podcast all about polyamory, ethical non-monogamy, swinging, kinks, and more. Now, let's get on to the show. Welcome to Modern Polyamory. My name is Jan.
I'm Kyle.
And today we're going to be talking about a really interesting topic, what girls want. And this is tips for men when it comes to dating women.
I'm just gonna, I don't really know how, I'm just gonna be here for this one.
Yeah?
We're gonna provide some witty banter.
Well, let's see how you do.
All right.
Let's see how you do.
What do women want?
So you are a very ethical non-monogamist
Sure.
and
But I'm not a woman.
polyamorous,
I'm a
but
man.
you are not a woman. You are a man.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so you can use these
Shocker.
tips for good and maybe for evil, depending on how you take them.
I don't know if you should trust me with this much power.
All right. So we asked a lot of women today, what do they really want from men?
Wait, when
And,
did you ask these women?
When did I asked them today.
When?
When? This morning
Where?
on Threads.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yes, engage with me on Threads, engage with me on Discord, send me emails. There's a contact form on the website. You can get in touch with me in so many ways.
Yeah,
we
are all over the place.
And I'd love to talk to people about what they think, because ultimately, I want to bring conversations to the community that we're all having amongst ourselves. Let's bring it into the community. Like,
Yeah.
It's a completely other topic, but the whole topic of like the poly homestead,
Was that hard?
I see it all the time. Like, let's go start a homestead. If everyone
So hard
who
right
wanted to
now.
do it actually did it, we would have so many fun places to go on vacation. Because I'm sure everybody would be like, yeah, come through.
Yeah.
So anyways, we asked
Digressing.
women what they really want from men. And they said, you know what? It's not that deep. It's just effort.
Effort.
Effort. That's the main thing that people said was, I want somebody to show up consistently. Like, show up how you want to show up. Even if you want to show up casually,
Okay.
but show up the way you say you're going to and be consistent about it.
Okay.
So Tasha said, text me first, not because I need the validation, but because you want to talk to me.
Okay.
Like, I think that sometimes, you know, it can feel a little bit stressful to a woman because we're so much more expressive emotionally
Sure.
that we'll like express ourselves like really deeply and then get back a, yeah, I care about that stuff too, babe.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I can understand that.
prepared a
for
poem.
sure.
And a dance. So like, up top. Fuck yeah, love. You know what I mean?
Plan a date, a real one. So I think that just is talking about showing up.
And probably doing something they want to do. And I'll be like, guess what, babe? I got us tickets to the game.
Right. Yeah, sure. I mean, show that you're,
I guess if
Show
you're
that
both,
you
know you're
care
both into it.
yeah, show that you care and that you're listening and that you kind of, you know, care about what they want to do.
Yeah.
And you do a great job with that.
Me?
Yes,
Oh.
you do. You do a great job with that. Actually,
I
somebody
don't
on
know how I do it. I'm
somebody on our Facebook page said that you are goals.
so busy.
Goals. That's what they said. They
Goals.
said Kyle is goals.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I have so much to live up to.
They said Kyle is goals. And I agree. Everybody should show up. Yeah. So be consistent. I can't keep falling for highlight reels and potential. If your vibe is stable one day and Casper the next, it's not a personality, it's a problem.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you're like a great first date and then you ghost, it's like, what happened? Did I fall into some bad lighting? Like,
I think probably just a lot of men are in it for the biscuit, you know.
for sure.
They're just trying to get some action and
I think that there are so many women out there that are actually looking for that action too. And those people can't find each other because we play love games. We should
love games.
Yes.
Playing those love games with me?
I'm not playing love games. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that in general,
Don't play love
people
games.
play love games, and we should play board games, not love games.
Play board games, not love games.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's love games are mostly not communicating.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I saw one of the comments today said that don't string along in a casual relationship hoping that it's going to pop off into something else. If that's already been communicated that this is casual, it's going to stay that way.
Sure.
And consistently.
Yep.
If that person, so you could be hurting yourself, tripping, falling on your own feelings. It's sad.
Sure. And then you don't communicate that you now have advanced feelings and you start playing love games. Don't play those love games. So you got some quotes from the
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what I've been pulling from. So foreplay isn't just physical. Compliment my brain sometimes. Turns out emotional literacy is sexy.
We should be mentioning who's saying these.
Oh, I'm sorry. So this was Danielle.
Danielle, thank you.
Danielle, so thank you, Danielle.
Okay, what about the others?
The plan to date a good one. That was Jules. So thanks, Jules.
Thank you.
Text me first, not because I need the validation, but because you want to talk to me. That was Tasha.
Thank you, Tasha.
And then I can't keep falling for highlight reels and potential was Aaliyah.
I did like that one.
Yeah,
Aaliyah?
that's so good. Yeah, Aaliyah. Yeah, that one was really good.
Oh.
And I don't want a man who lets me be myself. I want one that loves me that I am myself. And that was Sophie. And I love that one. Thanks, Sophie. I love that one. Because yes, I agree. That's one of those things that I've said. That's one of the reasons why my marriage has lasted 24 years is because he is there letting me be me for me. And that's important. Can you go?
Yeah, I'm just making it quiet.
Oh, sorry. Busy.
My phone was on and loud for all those who are listening rather than watching.
Okay, so 3 things that modern women say make a man stand out of the crowd.
Okay.
So that men who ask meaningful questions that aren't about sex.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You got me like that.
I know. I'm all questions.
Didn't even talk about sex. We didn't talk about it at all.
I intentionally avoid the conversation of sex.
It was very disarming. I didn't feel like I didn't feel dangerous. It felt great. And I wasn't even trying to date.
Yeah.
So,
well, the funny part is I think some people are not expecting it.
Yeah, it's disarming.
And then they think I'm some sort of weirdo. And they would be right.
Yeah, right.
But it's just, I'm not like going to make lamps out of your skin or anything.
Cuddly weirdo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like sex will happen if you pay attention to the rest.
Men who show emotional availability without needing to trauma dump. Yes, because so the reason that women like this is because women live their life on a constant basis, being kind of coerced and forced into doing tremendous amounts of emotional labor. It's not just in the house. It's in the workplace.
Oh, absolutely.
It's in social groups with their women friends.
Oh, yeah.
It's, with their partners. And if you're polyamorous, you have multiple partners. You're doing a lot of emotional labor. You're doing emotional labor for metamors. You're doing emotional labor for your friends who are wanting to dip their toes in a polyamory. So coming across a man who's got his emotions together and knows what he wants and is assertive about getting it, that's just like refreshing.
Sure.
Because then you don't have to guess.
So if you're a man out there who wants to do that, what are some pointers?
For showing emotional availability?
Yeah.
Without needing to trauma dump?
Trauma dumping. So,
yeah.
Well, what is trauma dump? How would you
so a trauma
break that down?
A trauma dump is it's unfortunate because people who have trauma and traumatic things that have happened to them in their past, or they could have PTSD or CPTSD. When you come across a topic that involves your trauma, sometimes in trying to express yourself and your feelings, you end up just like dumping the whole scenario out onto the table. And it's not really something that can be controlled. And it's something that almost everybody who has trauma goes through like shame spirals about like, oh, just dumped all my trauma on the table. They're going to think I'm crazy. But I feel like there's some vulnerability in admitting that your life's not perfect.
Right.
And especially when you live a life where you're like kind of like us, where you're on a podcast and things are on display for everyone, it's very easy to feel self-conscious and not trauma dumping in those scenarios when you're talking about things that could trigger you. It's difficult. So it's hard, honestly, to show emotional availability without the trauma dump. But I feel like people accomplish it on a daily basis, and it's not hard to do that.
How would you just kind of like be like, okay, I've got 11 traumas. We're going to split them up every other week. We'll talk about one on Saturdays.
Right. We'll talk about this on
All right, it's Saturday. I want to tell you about the time.
So I think that obviously, like, you know, when you go into certain like positive psychology spaces, they say if you're going to talk about something that could be potentially triggering to other people, you content warning or trigger warning ahead of time. Say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about something that happened in my life that is really important to me that involves this. And are you capable of hearing that right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then that puts the agency to make that decision in the hands of the person who is going to be receiving the information. So it's a consensual trauma dump.
Sure. What do you think of trauma trading?
Trauma trading? Like trading trauma stories?
So like if someone shared something traumatic with you, we're like, well, just to let you know, right?
Yeah, no, I do not enjoy the Trauma Olympics. That's what it feels like. It feels like a competing for who's more traumatized. And I think everybody's trauma is important. And it should be in a loving relationship, there's space to talk about it.
Sure.
But, you know, when you're first starting to date and you're first starting to get to know someone, if you have a trauma that is particularly bad and you feel like it affects your life on a daily basis, talking about it up front is perfectly okay.
Absolutely.
As long as you say, hey, I want to tell you about my trauma. And then that person can say, I have not had enough wine for that. Or whatever, you need.
I just met you. This is kind of weird.
So here's some bonus advice for polyamorous dudes. When you date women who know their worth, you don't get to skate by, you get to show up. So I love that. When you date a woman who knows her worth, she's going to expect you to rise to a certain occasion and respect her worth. And it's not that you don't get to skate by. You have to, if you want that girl, you have to show up and like do for her in a way that she likes, like the love languages.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little unscientific, so I don't like to talk about it too much. But at the same time, the love languages do help a lot of people understand how they want to give and receive love. So if you meet someone who is basically telling you like, hey, this is how I like to be treated, this is how I like to be loved, and you want to show up for that person, that's going to be a great relationship. But if that person shows up and is like, I'm worth this and I want this, and it seems like too much, you shouldn't even try. It doesn't matter what the packaging looks like.
Sure.
Because she's not going to compromise herself to fit into what you want. Like very assertive, assured of themselves women, when they find what they want, they tend to just like, yes, you're doing exactly what I want. Like I'm pretty, I'm pretty confident and assured in what I want.
Sure.
And when I met you, that was one of the things I think I told you like early on is like, I can't believe how much you're ticking all my boxes.
Sure.
Because I don't just date willy-nilly.
Right. Yeah.
I'm picky. So
yeah,
that's something that it's not always easy. That's the part that's not always easy to know.
Yeah.
Because people may not always tell you what those boxes are.
Yeah. So a lot of this was all from, a traditional not monogamous, but a hetero relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
All these dynamics are probably pretty different for
sure
people who are LGBTQIA,
Yes. There's always, and intersectionality plays a part into it as well. And, feminism all often plays a big role in it too. Sure. There's there's all kinds of men, there's all kinds of women. And I think that we as human beings gravitate towards people who think a little like us.
Sure.
But when you're talking about this from an LGBTQIA standpoint, those are conversations that I would feel much more comfortable, like as a bisexual woman, hearing from, a straight man, how it hits them when we're talking about on a straight binary. But when we're talking about gay men, what gay men want from other gay men, that's something that I would want to have a conversation with another gay man.
Sure.
Because I'm not a gay man.
We need to get some people on the show.
We definitely need some people on the show.
I've got questions. I got love questions.
We are open to people who want to be direct on the podcast. We are open to people who want to, dial in on Zoom. We can, we can figure it out. Yep. So if you want to come on and talk to us about things that are outside of our sphere, reach out to us. And
especially if you have a passion for wanting to share your knowledge to help other people.
Yes, and we produce directly from Reno, Nevada. So if you are a Reno local and you're catching our show,
that would be horribly convenient.
Love to talk to you, and we would have you over, and I would make you charcuterie, and it would be amazing.
Well, now you gotta come over,
right? Because my charcuterie is legend.
It's pretty good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And also, if you would like to reach out to us on our Discord server.
Absolutely.
That is a really great place. And I would love to know, what's one thing that ladies and men, what is one thing that you wish that people actually knew about dating you?
Absolutely.
So let's see if there's anything that comes up as comment.
Yeah, I feel like tonight's, this segment's going to get people pretty riled up.
Yeah, I hope so.
So if you have some opinions.
Yeah, for sure.
All these things, some insight.
Yep.
Some tales.
Yeah. And if you think that we're completely wrong, we're open to that too.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I'm all right admitting when I'm wrong.
Yeah. And this was mostly my segment, so I would be the wrongest of the wrongs.
I've been just along for the ride.
It was a great ride.
It was a great ride. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening.
Yep.
Catch you soon.
Bye. Hi, I'm Jan, and this is Modern Polyamory.
It sure is. What?
Choke down the spicy Cheetos.
Still trying to eat them spicy Cheetos. Hey, everybody. Modern Polyamory brought to you by Spicy Cheetos. Maybe we could get sponsored by the Flaming Hot flavor.
Yeah, because it's everything now.
Yeah.
Not just Flaming Hot Cheetos. It's Flaming Hot whatever the fuck it was.
I can't wait for the Flaming Hot condoms.
Oh, yeah.
It's how you spice things up in the bedroom these days.
Literally. Like capsaicin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Modern Polyamory. And on today's segment, we're hitting the gravy boat of love again. Going through some terminology. We've had a little break, so I've really forgotten what's even in here.
Yeah, well, after the last episode, I have no idea. And nobody reached out to talk about the breastfeeding fetish thing.
We're still waiting for your message.
So
there's got to be someone out there.
There has to be someone out there.
If there isn't, I'm going to just develop a breastfeeding fetish.
I mean...
For science.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
You're first.
Full swap.
Okay.
Jan.
Yes.
Full swap. Swinging that involves full sexual intercourse.
Right. Yes. So that's where the two couples just switch.
Yeah.
Flip flop.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
Swap.
Wife swap. Yeah, full swap. Doesn't necessarily need to be in the same room.
Right.
There's like rules and stuff around that. Same
Do you watch?
same room swap. Sometimes. Depends on the situation.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Your turn to pull from the bowl.
It's upside down. Chosen family. This is a relationship. People one chooses to be one's family in place of blood relatives due to shared values and emotional support. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. Yes. Chosen family.
Chosen family. This goes beyond polyamory.
It does. It does. This 100% goes beyond polyamory.
Even just like, romantic relationships. I think you can have very platonic chosen family.
You can.
As well.
You 100% can. I think I think of our polycule kind of like a family.
Absolutely.
And metas, we're like sisters,
Yeah.
We get along, we love each other, and then sometimes we're just like...
Don't get along.
So there you go.
There we go. There we go. We're coming in hot with open mono relationship.
Okay.
Open mono. Yeah.
Monogamy?
Open mono relationship.
Okay.
MONO.
Okay.
All right. A relationship where one's partner is non-monogamous while the other remains monogamous.
Yes, my ex, that was their dynamic.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. She was not polyamorous. He was, and she was accepting till she wasn't.
Till she wasn't.
And that, I think, is one of the problems with that kind of dynamic, is a lot of times people will try to remain polyamorous for their partner.
Right.
Or at least be accepting of their partner's polyamory.
Sure.
But they're not, and they're just dying inside, and they're afraid to say that they're not okay with it, risk losing their partner.
Well, to defend the people out there who can make this successful, I actually was friends with people where she would date a lot and he just was fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my husband doesn't date a lot.
Sure. So it's not like he's waving a flag of monogamy. It's just
right.
He's just
not doing it.
Practicing.
Sure. Yeah.
So works for some, doesn't work for others. Well, you already read one.
Well,
because I read that last one.
You did. Yeah. I did. It's fine. So I just get to take whatever I get.
Oh, do you want to go back?
Oh my God. Okay. Chastity play, a kink dynamic where one partner is denied sexual release while their partner engages with others.
Is this negging?
Is it what?
Is this negging?
Negging?
Negging. Have you heard of this?
No, but I know about this.
Sure. So I'm pretty sure this is similar. If I'm incorrect, please correct us. It would like denied orgasms.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a dynamic where I had to ask for one. Like, please, can.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's part of it. Yeah. But this is actually like, this took the description took it to a different level because it says they're denied sexual release while their partner engages with others.
Oh.
So that's a little different.
That's a
completely, like, that wasn't the situation.
Yeah.
It was just, I couldn't do it.
It's like a combo move.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like kickflip to a nose grind.
This seems like a...
relationship-wise.
So it's called chastity play. Sounds a little bit to me like forced cuckolding.
Oh.
Or queening.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Do you want to pick for me now?
I'll pick for you, yeah.
Since
with the chastity play.
Yeah, let's see what I get out of the gravy boat of love.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Kitchen table polyamory. A style of polyamory where all partners and metamors are comfortable together.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that's a very broad description of it, but
it is, yes.
Essentially, kitchen table polyamory looks different for different people.
Sure.
So a lot of times, most of the time, I think with that, it's a nesting situation. But there's this introduction of the garden party.
Yeah.
Past several years or whatever, this idea of like people are very close. They're like a family, but they don't live together.
Sure.
So I think that's like been kind of a difference, but I think that you don't have to live together.
Sure, right, yeah.
Table. Just everybody is involved and okay with everybody.
Yeah. Do you think some roommates just kind of slip into that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like, oh, we were all roomies and now...
Now 3 of them are in a relationship.
Sure.
So, yeah, you're a part of it.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a part of anything else going on.
Sure.
We've got a kitchen table situation in our life.
Sure.
Coming soon.
That's true, yeah. And it's not a very large kitchen table.
No.
I mean, who uses an actual kitchen table much anymore?
Like coffee table polyamory.
Coffee table polyamory.
Because that's where we all eat now.
Yeah.
All right. So do you like one more?
Yeah. I think we got one more. Maybe one more.
Maybe one more after this. Sister wives.
Sister wives.
A polygamous structure where multiple women are married to the same man. I think a lot of people are at least familiar with the reality show.
Absolutely.
Sister wives.
That was a TLC joint.
It was. It was a TLC show. So, that's not what we're about. Polygamy is something completely different from polyamory.
Yeah.
And it has roots in different places. And I think that where polyamory gives women a place to be great and to shine and kind of take the lead sometimes even.
Gives them agency in their
polygamy just feels like
bodies
a step.
And minds.
Yeah, polygamy feels like a step backwards. Like everybody's starting.
It kind of removes that agency, and you become this sort of like, secondary to the man.
Yeah, like I'm very polyamorous, and I really enjoy engaging with my partner's partners, even. But I don't think that I would be comfortable in a polygamous marriage.
Sure.
With them. It just seems...
Yeah, you're too fierce and independent.
I am.
I think you just go in there and start sowing deceit, like dissent amongst the ranks.
I couldn't be like...
Have a mutiny before you know it.
Oh, no.
You'd have all these mutinous sister wives.
Oh, no. Yes, I would be like, we're not standing for this anymore. Sisterhood, let's rally.
It's a great band name. The Sister Wife Mutiny.
Sister Wife Mutiny.
Well...
Coming to a theater near you.
Theater. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that was a great gravy boat. And
great gravy boat.
I'm good to be back after a week off and feels good.
Yes, feels great.
See you guys next time.
Bye.